I'm going to try out one of these, which is a Mystic Circuits little 0 HP module. This is an OR gate, and just going to experiment with it to see what you can do with video in terms of just, regular mixing circuit, or, using the setup I've had multiple times. I wanted to see what could be done with this. So thank you, Eli, for sending some of these along. These are great. And I've found some really cool things you can do. Let me change that size of that. And I guess I just want to explore that and show that. So let's just go from prismatic ray in, and then let's just go out from the module and go to, let's say, green. Okay, you pretty much see what's coming from the prismatic ray. So obviously this is a prismatic ray going straight into the cadet encoder, and it's fairly bright. Then we go into the OR gate. It's a little muted. To me, I think that's a very valuable tool, especially when you want to do a lot more color design and segmentation with various colors. But so let's just continue. Let's just take another prismatic ray and go to the in. Okay, now you can do cross hatching just like you would with a mixer. So this is, the OR gate together. I kind of like this because you can play a little more with the definition. It's almost like using the divisions a little way, but I do like that you can kind of see the intersection and the fold over. So let's say if you just mix these two signals from these different prismatic rays and it went out, this is what it would look like, just to give you an idea. So let's go back to it. These prismatic rays go into the out. Cool. Let's take the trig out and just go to another color to see what it looks like. Blue. Okay, you can see it's fairly subtle. Same with the red. Let's change from green to blue and go. Yeah, you can just see there's this cool subtlety to it. It makes me think of a filter, like you're running it through a filter, or some of the, I'm pretty sure the Sandine circuit, I can't remember which, maybe the IP module was kind of reminds me of this. But so, okay, that's pretty interesting. Well, let's say we wanted to first, instead of with the prismatic ray right here, we're going to put that, put that through the staircase, and we'll take that out of the staircase into the divided by 2 into the in. Okay. It's pretty good, pretty good. So I do like that. Let's see what we can do here. Let's try. I know what I should do. I should take a stackable into one of these and have a modulation point too. And then the staircase, that's pretty cool right there. And that's just with the out. So what I'm doing right now is prismatic ray into staircase, staircase divide by 2 into one of the ends, and then also an LFO into one of the ends. And then on the output, all the output is just going to blue. I haven't even done the trig, so let's do that. Let's see what definition you get. I see, for me, I really like when you can have that subtlety, a lower voltage subtle change, because you can get colors like this. Especially that lighter blue, almost, I wouldn't even say it's pastel, because it's like on that verge of a charcoalish blue. I don't know. There's something about that to me is really nice and dense, and once you start adding more colors, that will pop. Let's just try red. The fuchsia's pretty bright. But so, okay, so far, let's see. Let's try something else. Let's go from the trig out this time, and we'll take the trig and we will go into, I don't necessarily want to go into, well, let's just put it into the staircase, man. Let's see what it does. Do anything interesting? phase somewhat. It's also because I would like to, let me add another color out from the staircase. We'll do the divide by 1 to red. That will help see what's going on a little more. So now let's just put the trig out from the module into green. There we go. That's really nice coloring. The pink, the red, that aqua. And this is really starting with just the prismatic rays with the staircase going in. I mean, let's just even take the staircase out and put in LFO. It's still really, really beautiful. That's just prismatic ray. Well, let's take out, obviously we got to take out these two so we can have a better understanding of this. So you have you start from here with this. And I really like those coloring in those colors in that design. I'm just ahead of my brain today. Too much so. And then we took one prismatic ray going to staircase with the LFO point, and it starts to break it up. Now we're just taking the divided by 1 from that same staircase into red. But, okay, we're back where we were. Let's take out the trig. And what can we do with this? We were trying with the staircase to do that. That is actually really cool. Okay, I really like that right there. So you can see right here, yeah, there we go. Let me hone in on that so you can see it a little better, the definition. This is where I think these are really powerful, is when you're able to stack these different types of effects together, especially with the staircase and even the prismatic ray. You know, let's just go prismatic ray instead of the staircase, right? And it's very subtle because it's the color scopes. Even the segmentation is something like I really like that, mainly because it's going towards the center. There's no ramps right there, and how it fades to the left and right columns, or the farthest to the side columns. I don't know. I'm really into that, but obviously with the staircase, that's going to add a lot. Let's just say here's another example. Let's just say you throw the prismatic ray, and I know I'm all over the place, so bear with me, please. Staircase into the, or not staircase, see? Prismatic ray into the bridge, multiple. Okay, put that in. Now let's just play with the multiples. Okay. Go all the way up times 5. Now we're cooking with something interesting again. So now let's just say we took the trig out, and instead of before we had the prismatic ray into the staircase, we're going to take the trig out into the source of the staircase. Now we got some alien eggs. That's what we got. We got some cool little pods, and you know, see if we can define them a little more. Yeah, cool little alien eggs. Let's maybe do that. No. I even like that. Some ooze falling down some columns. There we go. Awesome. So as a first quick, set of tests, the OR gate is definitely something to check out, especially if you're just looking to extend the ability to just mix and signals on the fly, just something really quick, or even to have a large amount of stackables, or you could even take the mults, getting a IntelliJ mult, or just something from wherever, and having those dedicated to something like this. That could be pretty interesting, especially in compact cases. And if you didn't want to travel with it, maybe you just want a smaller rig. I think these, so far with just these basic testing, are really powerful. I mean, we'll just keep going right now. But I don't know, I'm just kind of blown away with the amount of stuff you can get just by routing a couple of things and just changing, just stepping up the voltages. Or I should say the gain. So this time, let's just take the out. This time we'll take the out, go into the staircase, and then divide by 4. Go to red this time. Nothing's there. Let's take something from divisions into one of them. I don't like that. Yep. Okay, so we just have one of those. We're going to put a stackable into horizontal ramp, vertical up top, or negative up top, positive on bottom, and we're going to do that into the other end. Okay, that's pretty cool. Next, I'm going to take one of the prismatic rays, and I'm going to put it, no, I'm just going to put it right in with the end too. Cool. Hey camera, stop doing that please. I'd appreciate that. No. No. Oh, stop. Thank you. Okay. Sorry about that. So just going back to it, we have divisions, which is creating that. Then we have the prismatic ray, which is creating that. Okay, that's pretty sweet. Now let's take the trig out, actually, and then modulate that same prismatic ray and see what happens. Okay, that's interesting. Well, let's try the multiply. So, let's try. Okay, that's interesting right there. Whoa. That's really cool. I have not seen that yet. So, whoa, that's so having the trig going out to the pedestal actually rounded these edges a little bit, which I thought was pretty interesting, and I'm assuming that's not due to the ramp. Okay, so it's all due to the module itself and using, the vertical line and the ramp, but allowing it to modulate the pedestal. That is pretty sweet. I'm going to see what it does. Okay, so when I'm using the trig out, it actually creates this really nice rounded, I don't even know what you'd call that. And that's pretty cool too when you override it. Wow, that's pretty sweet. I do like the bend that creates by modulating the pedestal. Wow, that's really cool. Let me actually just try that with 2 prismatic rays like before, but the trig out going into the pedestal. I wonder what that would do. Damn, that's really all right. Let's change. Let's just completely reset right here and go from out to blue, and go to red. It's just easier to see. Okay, so now this is just the 2 prismatic rays together again, but we're taking now the trig out of this and modulating, let's say, this pedestal. That is pretty cool. It very much jumps out at the screen and gets very defined and overloaded, which I think is really cool. But let's try this prismatic ray. It creates this awesome little bend. That is sick. That's what I'm talking about right there. Yeah, and especially that it doesn't overload it. That is really nice. Okay, that's another use for this. I didn't even think of wave shaping. I mean, obviously, it's a pretty common thing, but in this case, that's I wouldn't have thought of that immediately. Interesting. Let me take. So with one of the prismatic rays now, well, let's just take this prismatic ray I got right here. I'm gonna just go to the staircase now. I want something a little interesting. We'll just go. We're gonna go divide by 4 into n. Okay, that's pretty sweet. But now with the trig out, actually we're gonna do trig out stackable, into the frequency of that prismatic ray, but also into the phase of, maybe not, of the staircase. Or we'll try the frequency first, and now the phase. Not as much as I thought. Well, let's actually just, oh, this is the frequency, that's what we want, the pedestal. My bad. I'm trying to look at the screen and patch, and I don't think. I think that's really cool. So let's go trig out again, but to the pedestal, the other one. Whoa. You get these, wow, you get almost like a musical note just by going 2 prismatic rays in, and then one is, or the output of this is going to the OR gate, sorry, is the red, and then one of the outputs is going to the from the trig out, really, is going to the pedestal of this prismatic ray, and the split one is going to this prismatic ray pedestal. It's been a rough day. Yeah, this is pretty sweet. And this is only just with one color. Let's throw in another color from the staircase. I get a shorter cable. And we'll do blue. Interesting. Actually, we're going to not do that. We're going to, just for the sake of patching, I am going to go into this filter from divide by 1, OLN, into green. There we go. Just wanted a little more subtlety to that. It's very noisy, very much could, oh no, it's probably the overloaded pedestal is what that is, so let's see. Whoa. Okay, what is, wait a minute. Wow, what is that? I have not seen that one before. Interesting. Really does kind of look like a plan, and then coming. Wow, oh, that's even cooler. It just looks like some type of longhouse, and then it becomes some type of, I don't know, what is that? Some sloth or something like that, and then it just opens up into some flower setup. I don't know, some garden. Now I'm just rambling. Yeah, so we didn't really expand too much from there. I mean, all that was really done is taking one of the staircase and just going into a filter to add it on top of it. Let's instead of going from the staircase, let's just go output, or sorry, that's the in, output just straight into the filter into a different color, just so we can have it all together and not, like, pretty much just use the waveforms. That's really cool. Using a filter to then be able to augment the color. This is definitely in lieu if you know, I just have the cadet out, so it's definitely different in terms of color control. So you probably, many of you may not experience the same type of thing, but so yeah, with a filter running the, like, splitting the output, so one's just going to the cadet, one's going to the filter, you can get some, let's see, yeah, ooh, that's actually cool. That's some cool definition. See, I guess that's the thing about these that I'm really fascinated by. It allows subtle changes, and it's, and I don't know how to really explain that by just making patches, but it's just like, as you can see, it's like, when I mean subtle, it's just, you know, yeah, you can overload the pedestal, that's not so subtle. But what I mean by that is, when you start to modulate that, let's just do that, it's going to be a lot more impactful. Yeah, of course, that's really impactful. There's just something about the softness in the edges that it provides outside. Let's just even get rid of that. Just there's something about that. Oh, that's awesome. Totally left that open. That's totally my bad. Sorry, people. And so that yeah, the edges I really like, especially with the modulation points. I mean, I'm not even modulating through the OR gate, which I mean I could. Let's see what happens with that. And then I may stop and then make another one in a little bit. So this is through the OR gate. This is one of the inputs. See, this reminds me of when I had to set up those primarily all the older gear, like first run, second run, like LZX stuff, the visionary stuff, that when you would mix a lot of waveforms in the matrix blender, or the blending matrix, wow, matrix blender, I think that's a good name. You had a lot of subtlety like this. And not saying with the new stuff you don't get it, it's just different circuits, you know, and just you can achieve the same exact thing. But what I mean by it is this type of roundness, there's a softness to it, especially that, I mean, yeah, you're messing with the pedestal and you can determine that to some degree, but how this circuit is filtering that is really nice. And obviously you can have the full control with the multiply and the gain on the prismatic rays, but when you're routing through this, I don't know, there's just some type of shading it gives. And I posted some photos the other day too that are really nice, and I'll definitely recreate those patches as well. But oh, it's doing that thing again. Sorry. I'm gonna keep exploring these and a few other ones I got, and just so you can see what you can do with them. And definitely highly suggest checking them out. If I can think about my yeah. Oh, it's upside down. Let's just, I don't really want to mess with the cables. There we go. Mystic Circuits, 0 HP OR gate, and then, yeah, try some more in another stream. Or maybe the same one. I kind of want to keep exploring this, actually. So, is it done yet? I think. Nah, nah. Now it is.